So if you're a PR type and you're trying to get a story on a major television station like NBC4 here in Washington, D.C., you better impress Matt Glassman. He is the assistant news director, and he has heard every pitch there is, from the good to the bad to what he likes to post on his Facebook page from time to time that he calls the news release of the day. My first question to you, Matt, is do I want to have my news release as a PR type up on your Facebook page?
Well, I guess it depends. In one respect, you get noticed in that way. I noticed the press release, so you've done half the battle. It's just a question of whether you think something that I think will be amusing to my friends is worthy.
So it's part Hall of Fame and it's part Hall of Shame. This wasn't a thing that you'd planned by putting up PR, the news release of the day. It just seems to be getting some traction that you're hearing from people. People maybe now, are they even aiming to get on your Facebook page?
What's really funny is I hear from a lot. When I see my friends, around the neighborhood or hear from them in different ways, they tell me, even if they're not in anywhere close to this business, how much they enjoy reading it, which is odd to me because I really just did it as a way to say, oh my God, listen to this or see what this person wrote. But now I get pitches from a lot of PR people who say, I hope this doesn't end up on your Facebook page, but if it's someone I know, I always give them a heads up. Hey, I think this is really funny. I'm going to let my Facebook friends know about it. It's my Facebook. It's my own people. So it's not like I'm blasting it out on Twitter or any sort of thing that will harm their event. That's not the goal. The goal is just to share amusing stories and an amusing way that these pitches are going.
What does qualify? I mean, I looked through some of your past posts there, and you had one recently about super powder to help men keep their man parts comfortable. Is that the type of story about this kind of powder that you guys would cover?
That we would cover, no, but I think some stations would, and I think that's part of the message that that I would tell someone who works in public relations, that you've got to know who you're pitching to.
How many do you read? Do they actually have some sort of impact? Do you end up covering the stories on these news releases?
Absolutely. We need probably, if there weren't PR people letting us know what their organizations, companies, products, people are doing, we would be definitely at a deficit. So absolutely that comes into play. And you never know when something that somebody sends is going to really be part of another story we're working on. So, I've been doing this for 15 years, and there's tons of examples that I can give of something that came our way that we said, well, I don't know that we're interested in that, but it's good to know that they're doing that because that fits into a story we're doing about X or something like that. Yeah, they whirl in all the time. I get hundreds of these a day from every single thing you can imagine, from every single organization you can imagine.
What advice do you give PR people to stand out, to get your attention, to get our stories covered?
Got to know who you're pitching to. The art of research in public relations seems to have gone way away. It used to be that you would get to know a station or a newspaper or whatever and really understand what they do, what kind of news product that they have, who their audience is. Now it's basically just, let's just put it all on blast. You can send me a press release. I get all the time, this would be perfect for your noon news, which I don't have a noon news. This would be perfect for your celebrity section of your newscast. I don't have a celebrity section of my newscast. Here's a great satellite interview for your morning show. We don't have a morning show. We have a morning newscast, and we don't do satellite interviews. So again, it's really doing some research and figuring out who the best person to talk to, what the best way to get your message across is, and when the best time to do that is. The other thing is really to put the kind of headline that I understand. There's a press release that I share with students that I got once that says the subject was, your viewers will die if they don't see this story. And I point that out as being so egregiously ridiculous that, okay, they're going to die, really? So you don't need to sort of be alarmist. You don't need to be dramatic. You just got to tell me what the story is. The initial headline and the initial, hey, here's what I got today. This is interesting because, we get all kinds of press releases that say something did a study on the top real estate investments of the year. Well, okay, the better headline is DC has 2 of the top real estate investments of the year, something like that really speaks to me as a guy who covers local news.
Yeah, one of the things we often talk about with our clients is trends. Is that a big deal with you guys?
Everybody wants to report news that people are talking about and give an impact for it, not just say, hey, this is going on, you've all heard about this already, and by the way, we're going to tell it to you now in the exact same way. But if there's a way that we can report it, to give some context to it, to put some video on it, to put an expert on it. So sure, I think trends are definitely more interesting than just, hey, here's a pitch about this powder from the grooming lounge.
All right, Matt, hey, I have a pitch for you. As long as I have you here, I'll send it to you. Maybe they'll end up on your Facebook page. Matt Glassman, Assistant News Director at NBC4. Thank you very much.